Yeah, once again, good evening to everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the functions in SQL. What do you mean by functions? So in Python, we have seen what do you mean by function, what are the types of functions, and we have an idea about that. Now today we are going to discuss about functions in SQL. What do you mean by function? Simply, it depends uh, more than one variable, practically if we say. And in SQL point of view, you can check here. Function is a statement or group of statements. Statements are nothing but in SQL point of view commands, right? A function can have single statement or single command or else multiple commands which is easy to perform a specific task. For example, uh, let's take in Python we have seen using def, okay, some multiplication, and after that some statements, after that some statements like that. Okay, now we are going to use same functions but using commands. There we have written code, here we are writing commands. That's the only difference to do a specific task. And these functions can be applied in single row or else we can apply multiple rows. Single row means, let's take this is table, okay, and there are some columns, okay. Now rows, and if you want to apply, for example, if you take multiplication or count, best example is the count, okay, or minimum, maximum, like that. Now you can apply those functions for single row or else multiple rows or columns also. You can apply for the columns also. So for that purpose, we are going to use functions. Here single row. Let's say student name, roll name, and marks, pass or fail, like that. Okay. Now we can apply for single row as well as single columns as well as multiple rows or multiple columns. How? How can we apply? Just check the theoretical part. We'll process 80 a time, single row, and return result single value. Output is single value. We are applying these single row functions. The name itself says that we are going to apply those functions for a single row. Now, after applying a single row, it give single value. If you want to count, count the number of students, right? So using count, we are going to apply multiple row or multiple column function. So we need to count all the student number of students present in this column. Simply, we will use count function. After counting function, it gives some value, that is 20 students are there. So it's a single value. Of course, in multi-row function also it gives single value. Okay. Now let's go further. And as you know, multi-row means it can be applied for the multiple rows or single column also. You can apply. Single row functions. We have two types of single row functions. What are those? One is the mathematical function. Second one is the string function. Okay. Mathematical function, string. String is which deals with the text data, and mathematical function which deals with the numbers. Okay. Mathematical functions deals with the numbers and string functions deals with the text. Now, what we are going to do is, first we will do mathematical function. I'll show you the code and how to do that. Okay. First, we need to know what the function we are going to do. What is the operation we are going to do? First, absolute. Absolute value means simply it's a kind of mod. Mod minus 10. It gives plus 10 only. mod plus 10. It gives plus 10 only. Okay. So whatever the negative values are there, it's shifted to the positive value. Absolute. ABS means absolute value. So how can we write for the absolute value? The code is select. Okay. ABS means absolute and minus 34. Minus 34 is the negative value, right? After doing absolute operation, you will get plus 34. And simply remember, select statement is kind of print statement. So in in Python we have used print function to print in the output. Here we are using select statement. It's a kind of print function for SQL. Okay. Now after that we have square. Square of 2 square equal to 4. How can we do that? Simply select is common keyword or common command and use square in the parentheses. Parentheses is compulsory because in functions also, in Python functions also we use parentheses. In the parentheses we need to pass the values or the parameters. Now I am passing 4. Square of 4. 16 is the output. Now square root, SQRT. Keyword is the SQRT. Power, for example, if you want to 3 power 10. Okay, here 3 and you can write 10 here. Excuse me. This is the base, this is the exponent. Okay, power is the keyword. Now let's see floor and ceiling. Floor ceiling means, listen carefully. Let's say 3.5. So let's say this is our room. This is our living room. This is our floor. Okay. This is our seal, means ceiling fan, which is there. So whatever it is, if you want to sleep or else you want to touch floor, then we'll bend and we'll stay here. If you want to touch fan, we'll touch this top level. In the same way, 3.5 is the value, and if you want to find out floor level means less than that. So what is the less than absolute value for 3.5? Simply it's 3. If it is ceiling means what is the near round of value to 3.5? It's a 4, right? 3 point floor is the low value and seal is the above that value, which is integer value, not float. Okay. Now like that we can find the solutions for these two. And these are the about string. Let me show you the code for whatever we have done till now. Opening this. So let me connect to databases, and now let me take new query, and in this new query we will try mathematical operation. First we'll find out the absolute. This is the comment line, absolute value. How can we find? Simply select, okay, ABS, and this is the parenthesis must be given, and let's see -4. Let execute this. You can check -4 is now 4. If I give 34, if I give positive value, again it's giving, it's kind of mod, okay, modulus. Now, next, if you want to find out square, How? Simply select square of whatever the value. If you want to find out the square root of square of 6. Select that, execute. 6 square, 36. Yeah, we know. Next, we need to find a square root. How? Select. For the square root, it's a SQRT. Keyword is the SQRT. Let's find out 89. Square root of 89. What is the value? 9.444 something. If we select 81, it's obviously 9. This is how we can find out the square root. Now, if I want to find out what else? Power of 9 power 3. Okay. Square. Sorry. Select. Power what? 9 power 3. Now let me execute this one. 729. Now we need to find out ceiling value. First we'll find out the floor value. How can you find? Simply select floor and 3 point some decimal value. Execute. 3. Now the same value I want to find out ceiling value. See, let's see. Ceiling. Let me draw. Okay. Select. Ceiling. 3.67. Now you can see here. Execute 4. Simply. So 3.67. Floor value is the 3. Above that value is the 4. That's the difference between seal and floor value. Anything we missed? Let me check. Yeah, we have covered all the mathematical functions. Now we'll do some. Let me save it into our material. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to deal with and remember till now we have seen only a single row, right? Only single row statement only. Of course, again we do on the string. Now you can check here. Same whatever we have done in Python, almost 90% is same. Okay. So here you can check len function. Len function, what do you mean by len function? In Python also we used. Len function is a number of characters present on that particular name. For example, if you say Nagaraj, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are finding select like a print function in Python, and we are finding the length of this one, and output must give some 8. And lowercase, if you take Suresh, S is the capital, but we are converting all the upper cases to lowercase. So select lower Suresh. So what is the output? Small s u r e s h. Now if I want to change all the values to the uppercase, again select upper Nagaraj. Now what happens? The output N A G A R A J U. Uppercase. Same thing we use in Python also. And these are the stripping. So remove white spaces from left side. Okay. Whatever the left side means in the starting, Nagaraj. If it is space, it removes. If there is right side spaces, it removes. Right. Now We can check here. These are the examples. You can check examples also. Now here, one more important thing is ASCII. So ASCII means American Standard Code for Information Interchange. I think already. So we are converting English letters into ASCII code. So for the capital letters, it starts from 65, and for small letters, it starts from 97. And whenever we type, we need to convert A to this ASCII code. Now select is like print ASCII of A, then it prints 65. If it is B, next 66. So 65 plus 26. Let's say up to some 91. Z is the 91. Now small letters also. Small letter starts from 97. 97 plus 26. Let's say 123. I think. Yeah. Small z is the 123. Like that, we can convert letters into ASCII. And if you want to reverse, we can use reverse function. Sai here. Select reverse Sai. What is the output? I-A. Yes. IAS. Oh, Sai. Okay. Now, if you want to insert some space, for example, here I'm using Nagaraj Ekirala and Nagaraju Ekirala. Okay. I want to some space between these two words. 100 spaces. Here I'm giving 100 spaces. If I give 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 spaces, include SPASE, 4 spaces is enough. Like that, we can do string manipulations or the string operations on single row. All these statements are single row statements only. Single row statements are single row functions. Now let's try with the code. Yeah. Now we will do use string operations. Right. First one, select as usual as like a print statement, and there is name called Nagaraju Ekirala. Okay. Now I want to find the length, means number of characters present on the name. So let me select this name and execute that query. 17 letters. Let me check this. These are the 8. And these also 8. 8 plus 8, 16. There is space also. Plus 1. So we'll have 17 letters. Now I want to take the same statement. Just I want to apply, right, len function. Now I want to change all the letters to lowercase. Okay. For that, use the function. Simply I want to copy this one. Just paste. And lower. Select only this statement, execute that. You can check here. Actually, here capital letter is there. Yes, small letter. Here capital E. Yes, small e. Now I want to change this to lowercase. Sorry, uppercase. So select this one and select upper and select this statement only, execute. All letter becomes capital. Okay. Stripping is you can do that. For example, if you want to, what is the function? Next one is the L trim, R trim. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is R trim, right hand side. Select, or else let me take the same name and right side. Let me use spaces. What happened? Even though, let me select this one. Just want to, yeah, R strip, R trim. So whatever the white space is there, it is deleted right side. Like that, left side also it works. Okay, that you try for that. And next, what we have ASCII. Okay, find the ASCII. Select ASCII. Which letter you want? Simply some C. 67. Already told you, no? For A, capital A, it must use 65. For B, next letter, that is 66. If it is lowercase, it must start from 97. What is the small letter? Z. Small z is 122. Now, if I want to find out numbers, let me try. I didn't try this one. Yeah, 49. If I want to find out at the rate, what is the ASCII code of at the rate? 64. Okay. If I want to find out percentage, as 37. These are the ASCII codes. Okay. You can try for that. We can find only one letter at a time. If I want to use Nagaraja Agrala, can see. Still it's showing 78 because it takes only first value. Let me remove that one. Yeah. If I select this one, still it's showing 78. Right? What else we left? Space. Now, yes, select. Plus, give some space. How many space you want? Just 5. And plus, if I want to write Kerala, now you can check here. Oops. You can check here. Space, 4 spaces are there. Now, if I want 100, already it is in the second line. Okay. For easiness, let me take 20. Yeah, you can check here. Okay, this is for what? Spaces. Right. Select. This is the ASCII, right? Okay, 10 minutes it will be finished. Right. Now, yeah. So for easy understanding. Now, last one is the this is the aggregated function. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the date and time. Aggregate function. If you take number of values, aggregate function can be applicable only on numbers. Numbers only. For example, if you take marks are the numbers. We can aggregate them. Okay. So how can we aggregate? What are the functions? What are the maximum marks in this? What are the minimum marks in this? What are total sum in this? What is the average marks? Number of count. How many students are there? So simply you know that. Let me go to code directly. Just want to open. Maximum means maximum. Minimum means minimum. Sum means total. Average means mean or average. Count means number of elements present on that. So it can be applied for multiple rows because if you want to count sum, at least you need to 2. Then only we can say sum. You cannot do sum with a single value. Okay, again, minimum, sum, average, all this. Let me go to code and aggregated function. Let's say aggregated functions. Now for that, I am using one database already, which is stored in my Raj, and already tables are there. Market, there is market. Use Raj. So automatically it change here. Here you can check here. Automatically it changed to Raj. And now select star all from what's that? Market. We have that table market. Let me execute this. Now you can check here order date, region, manager, item, units, unit price. How many units is sold? Total units sold. For that, select yeah, sum of, first select units from market. Okay, so what happens, only single column will be displayed. This is, now we want to find out all the sum total up to this one 90. So simply you can use aggregated function, that is sum. Let me execute. 1430 units are sold. Now let me apply a particular what is the maximum sales from a representative or someone, like we can select all these things. Who sold, who sell more units? What are the maximum units sold at a time? For that, let me take select same this statement only, paste here. Instead of sum, we can use max. Executed 96. What are the minimum? Simply you can use minimum and execute that 2. Right? We have seen them, and what are already we have seen total and average. Average. So how can we find that? Simply copy paste and average function EVG. Average for EVG. 47 on an average for each manager has sold 47 whatever it is, the units. What left we have? Count, minimum, sum, average, as we have done. What are the total customers are there? Or else count, let's use count. This is the last one for today. Count. We need to count how many representatives are there. For example, managers are there. Here we need to count managers. For that, first we need to select managers. Manager, yeah. Column name is the manager. From table name is the market. Okay. So, but how many managers are there? Morgan here. Morgan here also. James here. James here. Now, let's count. It shows all the column values. Executed. Now we need to distinct function for the unique one. I didn't discuss about this one. Distinct. Yeah, these are the distincts, not repeated managers. If I want to count number of all the columns rows, of course we are going to select star. Let me execute this one. All is well. Let's count. Count function is used. How many rows or how many values are there? Execute that. 30. 30 members or 30 columns are 30 rows are there for our data set, right? So these are all about the functions. Of course, we have table and date, time, all those things I will discuss tomorrow. So practice them. If you have doubt, any doubts, you can ask me. I'm stopping the recording.